from when I was like 21, 22. I'm working on Clerks before we even make it. I'm still writing it, and I'm writing about these dreams I have for the future and shit. And one of the dreams I had was like 5, 10, 15-year plan. And one of them was like start a film festival. And I forgot about that shit. You know? That happened years ago. I was like, fuck a film festival, me. And so it wasn't until we got a movie theater that we suddenly had a reason to have a film festival, like a real film festival, not like Vulgarthon where I'm just showing my movies and stuff, but a film festival that lets other artists showcase their work. That was never gonna happen if it was left up to my own devices. Maybe eventually I would convince somebody to do the hard work so I could just show up and stuff. And I did. We would not be here tonight, we wouldn't be in this building were it not for the hard work of a guy who, the moment the one festival ended, the first one, he was hard at work at the second one. We got 100 films from all around the world, man. And we're showcasing them here over the next 3-4 days, whatever the fuck. If you are into film at all, if you love the idea of the Smodcastle Film Festival, if you're a filmmaker, if you're a cinephile, give it up for the man without whom none of this is possible, Smodcastle keeper Ernie O'Donnell. Film festivals changed my life. Obviously, I went to one and came back with a career and shit. But the first one I went to just as a film fan, not with somebody shepherding a movie, was the Seattle Film Festival when I was a kid, when I was going to film school with Scott Mosier. His parents are going out in Seattle, and so he's like, do you want to go to the film festival? I said, yeah. And it was amazing. Like, I'd been to the movies before. I'd never been to a place that like celebrated and thought very deeply about the movies that we were watching. Same thing happened here last year as well, man. I got to kind of see the same thing that I saw in Seattle, which was an international film festival, come to life right here under the auspices of Smodcastle Cinema. So for us, this is exciting as fuck, man, and the closure of a dream that we've had now going on 2 years, and so far it's happened twice, and that has everything to do with you guys showing up. We can throw a party and nobody shows up, we're fucked. So thank you all for showing up, man. It means a goddamn deal. Okay, we're here at our sold-out opening night screening, and if you look around, you're like, sold out, they're empty seats. We can only sell so many tickets, not based on the theater, but how much space we have at the wine bar afterwards for the after party for the filmmaker mixer and stuff. So I really have no doubt we could have like packed every seat in this theater. We just had a ceiling based on where we're going to go next. Speaking of which, Ernie told me to tell you, hold on to the ticket. That ticket is your ticket into the wine bar, and that begins at 9 o'clock. So the filmmaker mixer begins at 9 o'clock. We'll try to be done with all of this by that time. But if not, if you're like, fuck film, I want a drink. Boy, you're in the right town for that. So you'll be able to head down there and get your drink on by 9 o'clock is when it opens up and stuff. That's all the formal business. Tomorrow begins the first full day of programming. Tonight this is the only show we're showing, or the only feature of the evening. Tomorrow kicks off 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, of intensive film screening. We encourage you to come on out and see all that the world has to offer. We've got movies from all around the world, am I right? Any pornography? Privately? What does that mean? People send you dick pics? Like, please put me in Smodcastle Film Festival. Snap. Is that right? Apparently there's fucking nudity in this job. I had no idea. We've got animation. We've got short films. We've got feature narratives. We've got horror. It runs the gamut, man. Lots of fun movies to watch. And Ernie handpicked them all, man. So come out and fucking support his big passion project. He was putting this together all while we were busy last month making a movie. For the last month, we've been making a movie here at Smodcastle Cinemas. We shot the 4:30 movie. We had a waiver from SAG, so we were able to put a movie together and quietly shoot it over the course of the last month. So it's wild to go from shooting a movie about people going to the movies at a movie theater that I used to go to when I was a kid to be having a film festival in the same fucking theater as well. Man. This is very, very trippy. We love cinema. And tonight, kids, for our opening night film, you're going to see an absolute gem of a motion picture. I remember when life got started on this flick, and I wished it nothing but the best, not the least of which, because if it turned out well, it somehow makes me and an old movie I made look good. There's nothing but upside in it for me and stuff. What I did not know is that I was going to be encouraging one of the greats. This is an excellent film. Whether you like Chasing Amy or not, this film is about love of cinema and how it can change lives. You know, Chasing Amy's at the epicenter of it, but you could substitute it with any movie that's ever been the difference maker for you. You know, for some people it's music, for some people it's books or whatever, some form, it's usually some form of the arts. But for some people it's like the difference between a good day and a bad day, or being here or being in oblivion, is cinema. Watching this movie as I've seen it before and stuff, and watching its story unfold as it went out there into the world, and it's played at a bunch of film festivals and is heading overseas as of tomorrow morning as well, has been thrilling for me. Yes, there's a lot of nice things said about Chasing Amy, the documentaries, that makes me feel good. Yes, it contains as subject matter one of my favorite subjects on the planet, Kevin Smith. I could watch him all day long, and he's very charming in the documentary and stuff. But really, it's watching people see themselves. At the end of the day, the filmmaker, quite like myself, was a fan of movies that aggregated to becoming a movie maker. Like, you could love something so much that you wind up pursuing it, like as your vocation, not just your passion, not just your hobby, but going, that is what I'm meant to be, and it's completely unreasonable. Nobody's meant to be anything and stuff, but an artist feels that, you know, in their heart and soul, and wear it on their sleeves. You're gonna see the work of a true artist tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I got lucky that this artist wanted to turn a lens on something that I had something to do with, in a movie that means a lot to me as well. You hope, as a filmmaker, when you make a film, that one day you're gonna make something that lives well beyond its era in which you made it. This movie brings Chasing Amy back and puts it in the spotlight for a whole new generation, a whole new audience of people. That, for me, on a very selfish level, is great. It means my work's not forgotten, and as a storyteller, that's really ultimately all I care about at the end of the day, is that these movies go on and on and on. I didn't deserve the documentary that I got, and it's not mine. The documentary, as you'll see, is very much Seth's story. But being involved in this story, and having my movie be what starts in the center and then slowly shifts to the outskirts as we focus more on the filmmaker's life, is a huge up for me. As an artist, I'm always looking for that which is going to keep my expiration date from popping up. I'm constantly looking for relevancy. That's the only way to stay alive. And I'm so thankful this movie exists, because it adds to the relevancy of Kevin Smith as a filmmaker, something which is a notion that I've abandoned, like long time ago. I think of myself as, I'm a storyteller, I do a bunch of things and stuff. This movie reminds me that there was, at one point in your life, you did one very specific thing, and it captured moments so well that decades later, somebody made a whole ass documentary about it. I'm gonna introduce you to that filmmaker right now, and then you're gonna be comforted very warmly in the bosom of that filmmaker's story that you're about to watch, Chasing Amy. Give it up for the director, Sav Rogers.
You're really good at that.
Thank you. Words is my thing. Now it's your turn. Go talk.
Thank all of you for being here for this sold-out screening of Chasing Amy. This is the first time we're showing it to a group of what I imagine are mostly Kevin Smith fans, which is very exciting. We've seen what 900 rowdy queer people in Los Angeles look like. We have seen what
And we also showed the movie there as well.
But I mean, it's really incredible to be here. We shot so much of the movie in this area. You'll be that Leonardo DiCaprio meme of like, you'll be that guy. And I hope you dig it. I'm kind of at a loss for words because it was a really nice thing you just said.
It's true. It's very true.
It's lovely when the person who made you want to make movies says something that kind in front of a bunch of people. So I won't preface it anymore. I hope you dig it. Stick around for the Q&A before the party, and let's go drink later.
That's what we're gonna do, kids. As soon as we're done, we're gonna Q&A. Before we are over, so you'll be able to talk to staff and ask all sorts of questions. That's what a film festival is about. Not just watching the movies, but interacting with the people that made the movies. So we're gonna have that opportunity after the screening is done. After the screening is done and the Q&A is done, the mixer begins. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we officially open up second annual Smodcastle Film Festival with our premiere screening of Chasing Amy. Enjoy. We'll see you right after.